Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob, and today we're going to be continuing the file narration series with the characters' voice lines. And today, as we are still going through the third phase, series, whatever, of these episodes, going through 4 stars currently, 1 character per category. And now we are in the caster category. So, and I would appreciate it if someone could actually here teach me how to pronounce this name. All I know about her is that she is from Sami and that she is associated with the Romani tribes. So I'm actually not fully sure if it's supposed to be Gitano or Gitano. I'm just gonna, for the purposes of this video, be pronouncing it as Gitano, considering that would make the most sense to me coming from my own language. So yeah, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, someone can hopefully correct me if they actually know how the name is supposed to be pronounced. And I'm asking this because not even in the audio files, she is introducing herself with her own name. Which obviously is the problem then. And considering there is only a Japanese and Chinese VA for her, well, even if there would be a name, it would probably be pronounced Gitano, considering that Japanese usually pronounce that very similar to how my language is working. But considering I had a couple of choices here, and let me scroll that. So I had her, I had Pudding, and I had Haze. I was tempted to do a video on Haze, actually, considering that she was recently actually featured in a story and was a pretty crucial part in the story as well. That being a light spark, is it In Darkness? I think it was In Darkness. Essentially the Golden Glow story, which is kind of funny that she's right next to her right now. But I was like, well, I was looking at these 3, and while she is kind of like a recent addition, Gitano, like Haze, has been with the game since pretty much the very beginning of it, but has yet to receive anything substantial outside of her operator record, which, by the way, will be linked obviously at the end of the video on screen and both in the description of the video. And she has, as I've seen, received a module, obviously, which I will probably cover in the coming days with its own story once I get around to doing the quest for it. But yeah, there is not much known. And her file, as it's gonna be obvious considering she's an old 4-star character, is very sparse. Even the operator record itself is very sparse. It's nice to see, and it obviously paints a picture of the character and their like behavior and stuff around other people. But you know, Haze received a story. Can we, since we've been on a recent trend this year of, hey, remember that old character that got introduced like I don't know, 2 years ago plus? How about we give you the backstory of how, when, and why they actually joined Rhode Island? Well, how about we get one for Gitano then? That would be very nice. But yeah, outside of that, I have not really used this unit much. I have promoted her obviously to E2, mostly for the operator record for the channel. Outside of that, and her obviously paradox simulation, but outside of that, I haven't really used her. I think I've used her in maybe one or two missions. So I wish I could talk about anything about her, but outside of that, I have no knowledge. And as we're gonna see about the file in a moment, very sparse information. very sparse information on this character. Would love to know, maybe, if there's gonna be a story that actually takes place in Sami at some point. Maybe we're gonna get a full-blown backstory. The operator record, by the way, is taking place, if I remember correctly, is taking place right before the whole The Great Chief Returns storyline kicks off. It's pretty much taking place as the group heading to that area of the world is departing. So it's kind of like just out there, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, let's get into the file, shall we? And you'll see in a moment why the file is why any information about this character is so sparse. But yeah. Anyway, let's begin. Basic info. Codename. I almost said it. I almost said it in the other way. I want to say it in one way or the other way. I can never decide. Anyway, basic info. Codename Gitano. Gender female. Combat experience 1 year. Place of birth Sami. Date of birth January 15th. Race Elafia. Height 171 centimeters. Infection status showed physical signs of originium infection confirmed by medical examination. Physical exam, physical strength, normal, mobility, normal, physical resilience, normal, technical acumen, standard, combat skills, standard, originium, arts assimilation, excellent. Profile. Gitano is a mystic from Sami, tarot expert and a great card player. She has never spoken to anyone of her past prior coming to Rhode Island, and it remains a mystery. All anyone knows is that her readings are very accurate. Even her file is very accurate around the fact that already the beginning of the file is very accurate around the fact that we know jack shit. This is almost fourth wall breaking here in the text, like, you know, I do not know anything about this person. Can I, please? Continuing. Clinical analysis. Imaging tests for this operator showed blurry outlines of internal organs with visible dark spots. Unusual high concentration of originium particles were present in her circulatory system, indicating infection and confirming her as infected at this stage. Cell originium assimilation 5%. The infection could be related to Operator Gitano's arcane abilities, though this has yet been proven. Blood originium crystal density 0.3 units per liter. Infection approaching mid-stage, originium beginning to have physical effects that are not obvious. And this is another one of those, and I've been talking about this, differences in percentage and how high the density in her bloodstream actually is. While the assimilation is pretty tame compared to some other operators that are over 10%, she only being at 5%, it does show slowly that it's affecting her, but her crystal blood density being 0.3, just as a reminder, anything above 0.2 towards 0.3 and above 0.3 is, yeah, that's not very good. That is not very good for the bloodstream. Nope. But continuing. Archive file number 1. A fortune teller cannot tell her own future, but she can read the omens and guide her choices. She has the power to create devastating explosions with her originium crystal ball, but she must also withstand the backlash. Archive file number 2. Divination is a hobby to Gitano that she does almost for free, accepting fruits and cakes as a token payment. Her clients ask for readings on anything from the future to a misplaced key. Just like any soothsayer, Gitano gives ambiguous answers that require some careful thought to decipher. And yep, this is pretty much it. Archive file number 3. Unlike her relaxed composure during a reading, Gitano gets anxious easily and becomes very competitive when playing cards. She's never allowed to shuffle the deck, out of fear that she'll cheat. Even then, she knows countless other card tricks, and unless she's caught red-handed, she'll never admit to cheating. Still, some people play with her because they either want to catch her in the act or see a nervous side of her she doesn't otherwise show. And that is pretty much it. That is pretty much it. Also, just before I go into the voice files, unless I'm misremembering, because prior to the video I tried to look up if she pops up anywhere else in the story, and I'm not sure, unless she pops up for like one appearance, like 1 minute or something in some other stories. I'm pretty sure there is nothing, unless I'm forgetting. If I'm forgetting something and she actually had a scene, please remind me. And I'm talking about outside of the operator record. The operator record is obviously tied to her. But yeah, please remind me, because I would like to reread through that, just to, now that I'm fully aware of her once more, I would like to remind myself if that there actually exists something. If there isn't anything, well, thanks. Thanks for the effort. But yeah, anyway, let's go into the voice file, which means I'm gonna mute myself and you guys get to listen to this. And yes, it's only in Japanese because she doesn't have an didn't get an English VA yet. So yeah, please enjoy.
さてドクター、お主の今日の運勢は？お主も未来の運命を知りたいのか。夢忘れぬことじゃ。未知なる力による反作用はお主たちに牙を剥くこともあると。タロットはあくまで心に立ち込める霧を晴らしてくれるだけ。万能の神にはなり得ぬ。運命とは大地のようなものじゃ。そのくびきから逃れられる者は誰一人としておらぬ。人は大地のくびきからは逃れられぬ。じゃが大地そのものを変えてしまうことはできる。それに秘められたるは無数の可能性じゃ。占いには様々な手法がある。手立てとしてはタロットが一番多いの。もしタロットの結果を変えたいというのなら、運命そのものを変えようとする勇気が必要じゃ。最近占い師の間で流行りの儀式、わらわたちは運命の手と呼んでおる。試してみるか？死を占うことは占い師の間ではタブーとされておる。だがわらわは死は終わりではなく新たな始まりと考えておる。夢からは稀に面白い啓示が得られることもある。見た夢はしっかりと記憶に留めておくのじゃ、ドクター。アルカナの導きによりようやくお主とわらわの運命が交わるのじゃな、ドクター。霊感の高まりを感じるぞ。わらわの水晶がこの昇進の光景を映しておったぞ。ただの冗談じゃ。ドクター、自らの運命の行く先を見たいというのか？残念じゃがわらわは力になれん。その秘密を明かすのはわらわの役目ではないのでな。しばし待たれ。この作戦の行く末を占おう。さて、皆のために祈祷でもしようかの。運命とはうい天変のもの。世に残るのは勝者だけじゃ。わらわにはロドスの勝利が見えるぞ。賢明な判断じゃ。わらわの出番じゃ。カードを引くがよい。運命に抗うなかれ。虚空の塔よ、戦車よ、空をかけよ。皇帝の王爵をへし折れ。万物を滅ぼせ、助教皇よ。運命にねじ伏せられるのか、それとも絶望の地より迎え撃つのか。あのテアイラはすでに墓標のもとへ送ったぞ。さて、シャッフルの時じゃ。わらわたちの運命はこんなものでは。この部屋にはお主に降りかかる厄災が潜んでおるように見える。 わらわが力になってやってもよいぞ。どうかしたか？今後の運勢を占ってほしいじゃと？そうか。しばし待っておれ。アークナイツ。幸運の風が吹いておるぞ、ドクター。
Alright, this will do it for today. Once again, if I am not remembering a story where she appears properly, then please remind me. Once again, I would like to reread through that because I'm clearly, if there is something, I'm clearly not remembering it. But yeah, I hope that if the game does get a side story that takes place in Sami one day, that she will play some kind of role in it, either as a guide for us, or if it's gonna be the story of how we meet her and she comes to Rhode Island. Considering that she's already on board before the Great Chief Returns story kicks off, it's probably gonna take place somewhere before that. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully. Pretty much also making this video to maybe remind some people of, hey, we could use a story that shows us where and why and how. You know, we've been given so many this year for a lot of actual characters that have been with the game for the longest of times. But yeah, anyway, like I said earlier as well, considering she has a module and her module only costs literal one single module to unlock, and I just need to do the quest at this point. She is at the appropriate level and everything. Expect that one to be probably somewhere next week when I get around to it, considering I have already other stuff planned for this week. But yeah, for now, this will be it. As always, I wish everyone a nice and fruitful day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye bye.